It's Wednesday, July 29th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, Cape Breton police are asking for help in piecing together details of a fatal fire over the weekend. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the potential of breath analysis. We'll speak with a New Brunswick doctor about a new clinical study that may help in early detection of breast cancer. That's in our second hour.
Plus, a lifelong love of reading. We'll find out how Halifax Public Libraries is helping kids achieve that through their fun summer programming. All that and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Canada, it is 6:01, 6:31 if you are in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. And hey, hi, how are ya?
Hey, hi, how are ya? Nice to see ya.
Shout out to Julie Caswell up for that one.
Julie Caswell, she's one of our lovely producers here at CTV Atlantic. Some longtime viewers will remember her as an anchor too over the years.
Really?
Yes, I'll show you the video if you haven't seen Julie anchoring back when we were ASN and ATV. But poor Julie, because she would always say that on phone calls or arriving in the morning. She says, hey, hi, how are ya? To the point that we've started to say it back to her. Poor thing became self-conscious about it. Now she tries to not say it, but it still comes out sometimes.
Honestly, there are some things that you just say over and over again, and then people adapt them, and it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Brianne has many of those sayings that she brought to the newsroom.
I do.
Yeah, including love that for you.
Love that for you. Number one.
Is
that's probably my number one.
That's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, yes, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The safest one to say.
Nothing's bad. It's just that one's probably the most TV appropriate.
Yeah.
Is it appropriate weather today, though?
Well, we are going to see some precipitation across the region, some patchy drizzle and or showers for much of Atlantic Canada today. So here's a live look at St. John's, Newfoundland. Definitely a cloudy start to the day, a wet one at that. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. 14 degrees starting off your day. Still holding on to that mugginess across the region, but temperatures have cooled just a bit early this morning. 15 degrees in Halifax, 14 starting off your day in Charlottetown as well as into Fredericton. 18 degrees, though, in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. We're still holding on to that heat warning for parts of Labrador until later this evening. Over to our satellite and radars. So we are seeing some fog early this morning, could cause some visibility issues for parts of the region. Also a cloudier and wet start to the day as we do have a low chance of showers and or drizzle moving in for the Maritime region. Newfoundland and Labrador still dealing with some wet weather as well. And in terms of our wind forecast, remaining light throughout the Maritime region today. As of right now, 15 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 13 in Moncton, 11 in Edmundston, as well as into Yarmouth. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take a look at your rainfall totals coming up, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Cape Breton Regional Police asking for help in piecing together details of a fatal fire over the weekend. A body was discovered at this property in McAdams Lake, a rural area east of Eskasoni. Police initially responded to a missing person complaint at Beachmont Road. That person was last heard from on July 22nd. Police instead found a residence that had been destroyed by fire and located a body on the property. Anyone with information is being urged to contact Cape Breton Regional Police or Crime Stoppers. Now to a horrific story from Nova Scotia's Lunenburg County, where thousands of chickens have died following a break-in. Officers were called to a facility on Nogler Road in Pine Grove Saturday morning. Police say about 10,000 chickens died after the barn was broken into and the ventilation fans were turned off. And it may have been deliberate.
As far as we know, there's nothing that was stolen or missing, other than people gaining an illegal entry in the farm and tampering with the system.
Police are asking anyone with information on the break and enter to call them or Crime Stoppers. A small business owner in Moncton says she's frustrated with vandalism, filth, and crime to her shop and says it's been hard to work around. Along with neighborhood drug use, she's dealt with the theft of copper wire from her HVAC system, which cost $2,000 to replace. Frustrated, she shared her story on social media and got an immediate response.
What did I do wrong? I don't think I ever deserved this. I'm a hard worker, like I'm working 13 hours a day.
She's telling a story that so many shop owners have, so many business owners in the downtown and surrounding areas.
Corvo says she is sympathetic to addiction, but notes she's got a story as well. In Prince Edward Island, a temporary staffing shortage is shutting down the ER at the Western Hospital for a fourth time this month. The emergency department in Alberton will be closed today, reopening tomorrow at 8 a.m. The closest backup is about an hour away at the ER at the Prince County Hospital in Summerside. Health P.E.I. says to call 911 for an emergency or 811 for health advice. In Nova Scotia, demonstrators with a list of grievances against the PC government rallied at the Premier's latest stop of a provincial tour.
And you want to move me apart like I'm
go
nobody.
back inside.
Yeah, well, answer the question. Show me the titles of my
Thanks for coming out, everyone. I appreciate
Show me
it.
Premier Tim Houston was in Bridgewater for a stop on his Chamber of Commerce tour. He says the crowd, for the most part, was one that just wanted a discussion, and he welcomes that. Those protesting outside say it's not just one issue they're concerned about.
Definitely the lack of Indigenous consultation, the lack of honoring treaties, taking off the ban on uranium mining and fracking, the cuts to arts and culture.
It would be rare that I didn't stop and hear that and engage. Like I enjoy that, and it's necessary for our democracy. Sometimes you can tell when a crowd doesn't want to engage.
Houston's summer tour continues today with a stop in Pictou County. Hundreds of Nova Scotia power workers will vote on a new offer from the utility later this week. That is according to their union. In a statement, the union says the utility reached out with an enhanced offer Monday after the union issued a 48-hour strike notice. The statement says the offer included a $1,000 signing bonus. Members will vote on it until noon Friday. The IBEW, the union, represents about 800 NSP workers. Blue-green algae has shut down another maritime beach for the time being. Officials in Halifax say Oakfield Beach and Oakfield Provincial Park is closed for recreational use after the algae turned up in testing. Although naturally occurring, experts say some kinds produce toxins which can be harmful to people and pets. Beachgoers are being urged to avoid water contact until test results give the all clear. Finally, some good news if you have a trip planned. The federal government just made it more easier for Canadians to renew their passports online. Ottawa has removed the cap on online spots for eligible Canadians. Applicants can expect to receive the new document in 20 business days. It applies to adults who were 16 years of age or older when their last passport was issued, and the previous passport must have been received within the last 15 years. News you can use.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like a mad rush to get your passport renewed. If you forget about it and you have a trip.
Well, because sometimes you think if it's been so long since you've had your passport renewed and you go, I wonder, and you look it up and you go, uh-oh, I got to get this handled.
Yeah.
Now, funny story, one of my friends once was in a rush to replace her passport because a week before her trip, her dog genuinely ruined it.
Ate it?
The dog ate it and destroyed it. Yeah, like the dog ate my homework, right?
Yeah.
Because it said the reason for your rush passport, she said, my dog ate it.
Yep.
Yeah, unbelievable. She did end up going on her trip. She got a new passport in time, but what a stressful thing. Of course the dog would go after that.
I know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dog ate your homework. That's such a classic school line. And I know we don't really necessarily want to think about school right now, but it's around the corner as we finish this July. And that means shopping is too. The Retail Council of Canada and Cattle have released their annual consumer research on back-to-school shopping behavior in Canada, and the research found 99% of shoppers will be filling their carts in the store this year, not online. It also found 61% of parents have already started back-to-school shopping, planning to intend to begin soon. And how much can you expect to spend? Well, the average household is spending range from $600 to $750 per child, and that's electronics are included.
Yeah, I can see that, especially as they get older.
Yeah.
Factoring, I know for the young ones, there's always a new specific list every year, but shoes, indoor and outdoor.
Wow.
If they've outgrown their clothing, rain,
Look forward to.
And I got 2.
for 2 kids.
Yeah.
Something but if you missed it, Ava Kochinoff, she's a financial planner. She was on her show. It was earlier this week or last week? Last week. Thank you.
It wasn't this week.
Yes. Yeah, you've been here this week.
Yeah.
It's just Wednesday. She was saying, double check your supply list, and maybe there was something from the previous year that the kids didn't use, brand new, because that does happen sometimes. You could save it for the next year if it applies.
That always happens in my cupboards. I'm like, oh, I need to get all the groceries. And I'm like, wait a minute. Let's look in the cupboard first.
Check.
Always double check.
Have a list. Check it. Twice. There you go. Okay, still ahead, I'll have a look at your national and international news headlines on this Wednesday morning, and Latavia has the midweek forecast. Let's take a live look at the Halifax waterfront. Don't see a cruise ship in there yet this morning, but we certainly welcome our visitors wherever you are from. We'll have details on what you can expect for the day for the forecast next.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. The time now is 6:14. Taking a live look at Moncton over at the Avenir Center this morning. 13 degrees to start your day. We are expecting a low chance of some shower activity to move in this afternoon, but going to be seeing sunshine early in the morning. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 15 degrees starting off your day in Halifax, a bit warmer in Yarmouth at 17. 13 degrees in Fredericton with 16 in Charlottetown. 14 degrees early this morning in Labrador City, as well as into St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to some heat for parts of Labrador until this evening. Could see daytime highs getting up to 29 today. Over to our forecast timeline, we do have a bit of cloud coverage early on this morning for the Maritime region, fog as well, starting off your day. And we do have a low chance of some isolated drizzle expected early in the morning for parts of the Maritime region. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador starting off the day with a chance of showers, periods of drizzle for Newfoundland, and that will take us into this afternoon, still holding on to a bit of precipitation, although we will be seeing sunshine return in the forecast for the Maritime region. A low chance of showers and or drizzle is expected for parts of all 3 Maritime provinces. That will take us into tonight for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Still dealing with a bit of wet weather, clearing out before Thursday morning, though. If you are wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light to start, and then precipitation is expected to return into Thursday's forecast. So going to see around 2 to 10 millimeters for parts of mainland Nova Scotia into the Tri-County area. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, going to remain quite light for much of those provinces, but we are going to pick up 10 to 20 millimeters for Labrador City. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs ranging from 21 up to 29 degrees in Moncton. We are going to see a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers expected for the northern region into the afternoon, and pretty light wind expected across the province today. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 22 to 26 degrees today, a mix of sun and cloud to start your day. Clouds will clear out, though, leaving lots of sunshine into the afternoon. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, periods of drizzle starts off your day, will clear out, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. Evening drizzle is expected, though. It's still only around a 30% chance of it happening. Daytime highs ranging from 21 degrees in Canso up to 28 in Truro. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a bit of wet weather starting off your day, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. Evening drizzle is expected for mainland Nova Scotia, with highs between 21 to 27 today. For Labrador City, 22 degrees with scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms throughout your day. 17 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Periods of drizzle expected throughout your day. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Now to conditions on the West Coast. The wildfire situation there is intensifying in the BC community of Clinton, as more than 140 active fires are burning in that province. Fires forcing the evacuation of the village and surrounding communities burned overnight, and now severe thunderstorms are in the forecast. A yellow thunderstorm alert is in effect for parts of the Cariboo, and smoke continues to impact air quality across British Columbia. And a punishing heat wave is in the forecast for France and Spain, with no rain expected as wildfires continue to chew through large parts of both countries. Shows flames closing in on towns and villages. The intense heat wave is expected to last until Sunday. Meanwhile, crews in France are gearing up for another tough fight near the city of Bordeaux, with scorching 40-degree temperatures peaking tomorrow. To Japan now, where dramatic pictures are emerging of the devastation from a powerful 6.8 earthquake that's killed at least 13 people on Kyushu Island. Panicked shoppers at this supermarket scrambled for safety as the ground started shaking. A nearby mall collapsed, sparking a frantic search for survivors. The damage is extensive. Homes wrecked, a shrine caved in, and roads buckled, and thousands now left without power. Back here in North America, pain coming from trade tensions with the U.S. is persisting. And as CTV's Rachel Aiello reports, that has some questioning whether Canada needs to shift tactics.
So the USMCA, are you looking to update that?
I don't care. I mean, I don't really want to.
U.S. President Donald Trump said it plainly today. He doesn't really want to renegotiate the trilateral trade pact with Canada and Mexico.
Here's the thing. Mexico and Canada need us. We don't need them. The deal is important for them. It's not important for us.
This declaration prompting new questions about Canada's ability to get the Americans to make a deal.
We haven't seen the intensity that a government that is focused on its interests should be bringing to our own North American contact.
Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc and this country's chief trade negotiator are back down in D.C. this week, but won't say who they're meeting with.
I think he owes our country some transparency.
This longtime Canada-U.S. relations expert says Trump's latest comments show that this country should be treating this trade war like a war.
It's not because you wish to exacerbate the trade war with tit-for-tat retaliation. That's not working. And it's not that you want to, do something dramatic that'll hurt your own economy. But the U.S. has to be convinced that you're willing to. That's, I think, where we are.
With just 3 weeks left before Trump hits a range of Canadian exports with 50% tariffs, new data indicates the prolonged unpredictability has already taken a bite out of business investment.
Holding back on business investments today, whether it's investing in machinery and equipment, R&D, or people, means delayed in future growth in wages and productivity later on. And so with all this uncertainty, it's really starting to affect our long-term competitiveness.
LeBlanc's office will still not say how long Canada's negotiating team plans to be in Washington. Asked to respond to Trump saying the U.S. doesn't need Canada, the minister's spokesperson said, quote, "We will not comment on that."
CTV's Rachel Aiello reporting in Ottawa. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll have your top business headlines from BNN Bloomberg and your must-see moment from TSN. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It is 6:24, and it's a perfect time to check in with our friends at SportsCenter for your must-see moment of the day.
Hey there, Lindsay Hamilton inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. We are taking a trip to Cincinnati for this one. It is the Guardians and Reds. Cincy up 2-zip in the ninth. P.E.I. Halpin representing the tying run. Belts one to right center, but Dane Myers, real nice catch at the wall. And that will end the ball game. The Red center fielder going hard to make that clutch grab. Help Cincinnati earn their 5th win in 7 games and also earns your must-see moment. Meanwhile, tonight we've got MLB on TSN as the Yankees taking on the White Sox. It all gets going 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TSN 1, 4, and 5. That's all for now from SportsCenter Newsroom. Have a fantastic day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
And on the markets, the Dow ended the day up 537 points, and the Canadian dollar was up slightly to 70.91 cents U.S. Tensions over North American trade are reaching a new flashpoint following fresh comments from Washington. BNN Bloomberg's Christine Lee has more on Canada's reaction.
U.S. President Donald Trump declaring Tuesday that the Canada-U.S.-Mexico agreement is not important for the United States as trade officials from Ottawa rush to Washington. Trump asserting on Fox News that Mexico and Canada need us and we don't need them, and the U.S. would rather be independent than update the CUSMA. Brushing off concerns over newly announced 50% tariffs on Canadian imports. Canadian Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will travel to Washington this week to defend domestic industries, backed by recent polling showing 6 in 10 Canadians favor counter tariffs if a resolution cannot be reached. Here are the closing numbers for the day. West Texas Intermediate is down over $3 to $79.26. Western Canadian Select is down over $4 to $65.71. And the TSX is up nearly 35,750 points today. Those are your business news headlines. I'm Christine Lee.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, a bit of wet weather starting off the day, some isolated drizzle, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, but isolated showers expected to return into the afternoon for the northern region, a high of 29. 26 degrees on Thursday with isolated showers continuing across the province. And then on Friday, 24 with a mix of sun and cloud, but a low chance of showers returns into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, 26 degrees today, a bit of drizzle early in the morning and/or showers. That will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Returning into the evening, though, 22 degrees on Thursday, drizzle and/or rain with a risk of thunderstorms across the province. 20 on Friday, with a bit of wet weather continuing. For Prince Edward Island, 27 degrees with sunshine. 25 on Thursday, mainly cloudy with isolated showers into the afternoon, and wet weather continues on Friday, ending off the work week with 21.
Coming up this half hour, it's time for the Move Morning Chat. And today we're talking about things in life that make us instantly happy. That's in about 15 minutes here on Your Morning Atlantic.
That video made me smile.
Absolutely. Yeah. Every single time.
It is 6:30 on your Wednesday morning, July 28th. Thank you so much for joining us, waking up with us. We have Brianne in for Crystal this week and next week as she enjoys some well-deserved vacation time.
Yes, indeed.
A lot of people, too, looking forward to the long weekend. We've got Monday off. Many of us have Monday off.
Right? And it's already August.
I know.
This
Time has flown by.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you think the summer's going too quickly.
Well, it's making me think, too, like, okay, what are some of the things that we still want to do this summer? What are the places we want to see? What do we want to do to explore? So making sure that we have that list ready. And
yeah, before the kiddos go back to school. Back to school.
Oh, no, no singing. And no singing about back to school. It's still July.
All right.
We're soaking up the sun while we still can.
We're soaking up something.
Yeah, exactly.
Soaking up something. That's true, too.
Yeah, we do have some more weather tracking across the region today. It's a very low chance of it happening, so quite spotty in its activity, but it's still nonetheless be prepared when you're heading out early this morning. And we are dealing with some fog as well for parts of the region.
A lot of people in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia love to visit Prince Edward Island. And boy, if you didn't have anything booked there for the long weekend, good luck, because there's nothing available now.
Oh, absolutely. Sold out. As you can see over here, though, beautiful sunrise starting off your day. We're going to see lots of sunshine across Prince Edward Island today. And sunshine will return in the forecast for the Maritime region into the afternoon after we deal with a bit of wet weather starting off your day. 16 degrees over there right now. We're looking at 15 starting off your day in Halifax, 13 early this morning in Fredericton, 15 degrees in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Actually holding on to heat still for parts of Labrador until later this evening. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. So a chance of showers expected, a risk of thunderstorms for Labrador a little bit later on this morning into the afternoon. For Newfoundland, looking at periods of drizzle. For the Maritime region, a low chance of some drizzle early on in the morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. But we will be seeing isolated showers and or drizzle returning for the northern region of New Brunswick into the afternoon. In terms of our wind forecast, remaining light for all 3 maritime provinces. As of right now, 15 kilometers per hour in North Cape, as well as into Yarmouth. We're looking at 13 in Lunenburg, 11 in Edmundston, with no wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
In Prince Edward Island, a temporary staffing shortage is shutting down the ER at the Western Hospital for a 4th time this month. The emergency department in Alberton will be closed today, reopening tomorrow at 8 a.m. The closest backup is about an hour away at the ER at the Prince County Hospital in Summerside. Health P.E.I. says to call 911 for an emergency or 811 for health advice. Police in Cape Breton asking for help in piecing together details of a fatal fire over the weekend. A body was discovered at this property in McAdams Lake, a rural area east of Eskasoni. Police initially responded to a missing person complaint at Beachmont Road. That person was last heard from on July 22nd, just a few days earlier. Police instead found a residence that had been destroyed by fire and located a body on the property. Anyone with information is being urged to contact Cape Breton Regional Police or Crime Stoppers. Nova Scotia police believe there are adults out there who were targeted years ago by an accused sexual predator. 67-year-old Stephen Frederick Nelson was supposed to appear in court Tuesday for a bail hearing, but that was pushed back because the accused was having problems with his hearing aids. Tipped off in April, investigators searched a home in Pictou County last week and seized some electronic devices and firearms.
Then comes the examination of the devices, and if you can imagine, a person who is seeking out child sexual abuse and exploitation material can do that before they're sharing it on social media. So that could be instances where a person could be making their own or taking advantage of other situations. So that's why we want to speak to anyone who has a history with Mr. Nelson, who may have been a victim of this type of criminal offense.
And that's because RCMP believe there may be additional victims who are now adults. Investigators want them to come forward. Some good news and some bad news when it comes to what we're paying at the grocery store. The good news is we're paying less for vegetables, dairy, and baked goods. Tomatoes down by 4.7%, onions 5%, romaine lettuce 6.6%, and broccoli nearly 24%. In fact, the latest figures from Dalhousie's Agri-Food Analytics Lab show St. John's and Halifax saw large decreases in food prices this month.
We are surprised to see the produce section being cheaper in the Atlantic. So if there is a region that actually needed a break, it's certainly the Atlantic, because it's been really tough.
However, meat prices still high. Pork climbed by 24%, salmon 25%, and bacon nearly 29%. It has been 8 years since 4 people were killed in a mass shooting in Fredericton. On Monday night, a new memorial was unveiled. CTV's Nick Moore reports.
A blue glow on the St. John River is now a permanent vigil. Guardian is a tribute to first responders honoring 2 Fredericton police officers who were killed responding to a shooting at a Northside apartment complex. 4 people were killed on August 10, 2018. Constable Rob Costello, Donald Adam Robichaud, Bobby Lee Wright, and Constable Sarah Burns. A makeshift memorial appeared outside the police station hours after the shooting.
Everything from, flowers that were being laid out in front of the police department, calls and emails. Did a lot to strengthen a lot of us going forward and kind of getting through those first few days and first few weeks.
Formal planning for a permanent memorial began about 2 years after the shooting.
That group of the dozen police officers, kudos to them.
them because they knew what it had to be, and they gave their time and their dedication to it. They wanted something that would be aspirational and looking at the positivity of people's commitment that are on the police force to protect us.
Retired Chief Martin Gaudette was deputy chief when the shooting happened and says having the memorial on an old Carlton Bridge pier was key.
You can see it from all corners of this city as you walk around the bridges. You can see it from the police department.
I think the location is beautiful. Center of the city can be appreciated from both sides of the river.
On behalf of all of the families that were affected that day, so thank you.
The blue glow will appear every night and then recede at dawn, providing some light on a dark moment. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
Thank you so much, Nick. A beautiful tribute that just being unveiled Monday night, and now you can see it walking around Fredericton.
Yeah, no, absolutely beautiful to see. So Carly Simon is actually opening up about her health struggles, but she says she hasn't stopped living. So Simon has shared an update saying she has been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. In a statement, the singer also said she was treated for a type of skin cancer. So Carly Simon has a new album due out next month called Comes in Waves. Fitting. Her first album in 18 years, and it's set to release on August 14th. And Simon is 83 years old.
Wow. August 14th. Okay, well, set the calendar for that date when that release is out.
Yes, she does sing one of my favorite songs of all time, but I will not sing it.
You're not going to do it for us.
No, although it's a very good rendition done by Kate Hudson in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, yes. Yep, iconic.
Okay, well, if you love that, you're going to love the news from Hollywood. We will have your entertainment headlines ahead. But first, it's the Move Morning Chat with our friends Aaron and Peter. Today, we want to know what's a little thing in life that just makes you instantly happy. Share the good news with us. Join us for the conversation. That is coming up after Latavia's forecast.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Wednesday. The time now is 6:42, taking a live look at a bit of sunshine starting off your day in Fredericton. As of right now, it is 13 degrees as you head outdoors. We will be seeing sunshine into the afternoon. It's going to be quite a beautiful day in your area, heating up a little bit later on. So as of right now, we are going to start off a bit cooler for parts of Atlantic Canada. Temperature is still expected to rise into the afternoon for our daytime highs. 15 degrees right now in Halifax, 16 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 10 degrees in Edmonton. As of right now, we are looking at 14 degrees heading outdoors in Labrador City, as well as into St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to heat for parts of Labrador with that heat warning remaining in effect until this evening. Could see daytime highs getting up to 29 today. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. We do have a bit of sunshine starting off the day for parts of the Maritime region, but also seeing some cloud coverage, some fog patches as well. Early this morning, expecting a low chance of some drizzle for parts of New Brunswick as well as Nova Scotia. For Labrador, looking at a chance of some scattered showers, the risk of thunderstorms throughout your day today, and periods of drizzle for parts of Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, we will be seeing a low chance of showers return for parts of northern New Brunswick, and also into this evening, a chance of some drizzle. Taking us into early Thursday morning, we will see that precipitation clear off, increasing cloudiness with fog also redeveloping into the overnight hours. Early Thursday morning, we are going to see a bit of sunshine, but also going to see some shower activity return into the afternoon. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, that's where we see that 2 to 10 millimeters move in for parts of Nova Scotia. Heaviest for Labrador being 10 to 20 millimeters. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 21 degrees in Grand Manan up to 29 in Moncton. A mix of sun and cloud today with a low chance of showers moving into the afternoon for the northern region of the province. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 22 degrees in Surrey up to 26 in Summerside and Charlottetown. Lots of sunshine throughout your day today. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, low chance of some isolated drizzle to start your day, clearing out, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. Evening drizzle is expected though. Highs will range from 21 degrees in Canso up to 28 in Truro. For the rest of Nova Scotia, isolated drizzle early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud late this afternoon. Evening drizzle expected for mainland Nova Scotia, with highs between 21 to 27 degrees today. For Labrador City, 22 degrees today with scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms, 17 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Periods of drizzle expected throughout your day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat.
Well, that sound makes us happy because it means it's time for the Move Morning Chat with Aaron and Peter from Move Mornings in Halifax. This morning, we're focusing on the good things in life. We're talking about what's a little thing in life that makes you instantly happy. Aaron, what is putting a smile on your face?
Well, I came in and talked to Peter about this because I was like, my life has changed for the better. I recently moved into a new home, and the sound of the rain on the metal roof has changed my life. I cannot believe how it's almost like I'm into a trance when this comes on. It's the most relaxing thing. It is so loud, but I just love that feeling when it's pouring rain. You want to be all cozy at home. You're listening to the rain on the metal roof. Even better if it's happening when you're going to sleep for the night. Anyway, it is my new favorite thing. It makes me so happy.
Listen, I would also like to have a metal roof because I want to experience that. I've been actually saying that for years. Little thing that makes you instantly happy. Well, first of all, the first thing is a big thing where I just spent 2 weeks on vacation and we were all in the same city, all of my immediate family, 3 kids and grandson and partners and all of that sort of thing. That was amazing. So now that I'm back home again, what instantly makes me happy is when my phone starts ringing in a certain way and I know that it's my grandson on the other end who wants to have a video chat. And, you know, I have heard that he wanted to call No. So that's what is happening. And we're talking on the phone. I'm seeing him, hearing about his day. Of course, he's 2 years old. So I don't understand everything that's being said, but that's okay. Clearly he does. And it's a fantastic small thing, but it makes me happy. And happily that happens at least once a day.
Aww. That's so sweet.
You gotta love the sound of children's laughter.
Yeah, I was definitely going to say that. My kids laughing. I feel like that kind of resets my day, and seeing just this big wonder and happiness in their eyes makes me so happy. It kind of brings me back down to earth, be like, okay, that's why I had children. Now I remember. Because some of my days, I was telling Amanda earlier, I'm counting down till bedtime. I'm ready to shut things down. I need to go to bed and reset and prepare for the next day. But in those moments when I hear the happiness and just the little things that they're doing, makes me so happy and reminds me what life is all about, really.
It's so true, especially when they're so young, and it's just like a little silly thing instantly makes them happy. I just want to bottle those moments up.
I know.
Okay, this is a little thing in life that really makes me happy, and I have to be careful when I'm out in public because I know I'm going to react, is when I see someone walking a dog. Like, my dog could be at home or I could be out walking my dog, but I see someone walking a dog, doesn't matter the size, doesn't matter the breed. I'm one of those people, I look and I want to go, oh, hi,
yeah.
Like, just lose my mind in the best way. But dogs are so happy when they go out for a walk and they're cute little trots and they're wagging their tails, and that is just a tiny, tiny thing that makes me very happy. Even when I'm driving, I'm like, oh, look, a dog. I'm 38.
And isn't it even more special when it's the same type of dog? You know, where they could be twins or cousins?
Oh, yeah, that's true. And they're bopping along in the same pattern, too.
So adorable.
Yeah. Oh, so cute. Okay, so maybe you agree with us. What is a little thing in life that makes you happy instantly? Please let us know. Send us a text at 10400. We want to hear from you at home, and we will share your answers a little later.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. Cusping on 6:53, and time now to go to Hollywood to take a look at your entertainment headlines.
Oi, welcome back.
Time to believe again in Ted Lasso. We're just a week away from the return of the Emmy-winning comedy on Apple TV. The stars of the show, along with Apple CEO Tim Cook, turned out in Los Angeles on Monday for the premiere of the 4th season, which drops on August 5th. Ariana Grande has filed a lawsuit against a group of anonymous hackers. The singer says the hackers were able to steal unreleased music from accounts and devices belonging to her producers.
He's choosing Texas, I can tell.
Another record for Ella Langley and her hit Choosin' Texas. The song hit 15 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, the most for a non-holiday song by a solo female artist. And happy birthday to Tim Gunn. The Project Runway star turned 73 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News.
And a Waterloo-based Dragon boat team is preparing for the opportunity of a lifetime. The Dragon Flyers, made up entirely of breast cancer survivors, will be competing alongside thousands of other survivors around the world next month.
But before they get there, they hope the community can help them cross the finish line.
Every stroke tells a story of survival.
2, 3.
The Dragon Flyers Dragon Boat team with the Waterloo Paddling Club is made up entirely of breast cancer survivors.
I was diagnosed 6 years ago.
The cancer had spread to 2 out of 6 lymph nodes that had been taken. My retirement plan quickly became a plan of survival.
Each woman has her own unique experience, but a common desire to help each other through their recovery journeys.
Excellent. If I hadn't found this group to support me, I don't know where I'd be.
I was just blown away and so inspired by seeing women that were 20 years older than me surviving. So I knew that I could survive as well.
The group of powerful women push each other on days they may not believe in themselves. And now they're putting that determination to the ultimate test.
We committed a couple years ago to take a full boat to France.
They'll head to the French Alps for the International Breast Cancer Paddlers Commission Festival at the end of August to race against more than 4,500 breast cancer survivors from 25 countries. But getting there isn't cheap.
It's around $100,000 to get just the core group of 24 to 25 paddlers plus our coach there.
So they've created an online fundraiser to help cover the cost of this rare opportunity, one that has given them something to work toward during some of their darkest moments.
When you're in the boat, no one's poking you, no one's prodding you, no one's scanning you. You don't have time to think about what you've been through or what you have going on next. It's just unimaginable that at a point where I didn't even know if I was going to survive, now I'm going to be, and all the women along with me are going to be international athletes.
Athletes who have helped one another on their cancer journey, proving that sometimes the strongest way forward is being in the same boat.
That's it, reach it out.
Spencer Turcott, CTV News, Waterloo.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast once again, heating up to 29 degrees today. We do have an isolated shower opportunity, expecting isolated showers in the morning, I should say, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, but returning for the northern region into the afternoon. 26 degrees on Thursday with isolated showers continuing across the province. And then on Friday, cooling down to 24, starting off the day with sunshine with a low chance of showers expected into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, 26 degrees today. Isolated showers expected to clear, leaving sunshine. Drizzle and or rain with a risk of thunderstorms expected on Thursday, and wet weather continues in the forecast on Friday, cooling down to 20. For Prince Edward Island, 27 degrees today with sunshine. On Thursday, looking at mainly cloudy skies to start today. Isolated showers into the afternoon, cooling down on Friday, ending off the work week with isolated showers.
It's Wednesday, July 29th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, staffing shortages. A P.E.I. emergency room closes for a 4th time this month. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And breath test. One of New Brunswick's health authorities is participating in a new study in an attempt to detect breast cancer faster. We'll speak with one of the researchers in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Hump Day. We've officially made it midweek.
Yes, we have.
Here we go. You're halfway there.
Oh.
The jukebox. The jukebox.
It's funny that Amanda's pretending like she doesn't love it when she's also the second person that goes around the newsroom singing songs.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I'm just worried about the copyright issues.
You're allowed 19 seconds. Actually, thank you very much. 19 seconds. Yep. You are allowed 19 seconds of music sound up.
Okay. Yep. Good to know. Yeah, we've written it down.
Yeah. I loved the mood morning chat, something that makes you smile.
Yeah, what's yours? Instantly. A little thing that makes you smile instantly. Pepe Le Pew?
No, the Muppet.
Oh, the Muppet. Pepe the Muppet.
Yeah, the king.
Is he a shrimp?
The king prawn. He's a king prawn. He's not a shrimp. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness.
Prawn.
King prawn.
The king prawn. What is it about Pepe?
He's just unhinged and hilarious, and just seeing his little face pop up with the little hair all over the place, like I feel like I am Pepe. So.
I like when he's turtleneck.
The turtleneck
when he's pulling the rock. When he's like the Rock Johnson, right, with like the turtleneck and the chain.
Yes, and he's got a necklace with him. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
that's a
Timothy
unique answer.
is what makes Natalie smile every single time.
Absolutely.
So,
Timothy the raccoon. In Seattle, correct?
In Seattle.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if they have any Jimothys in Summerside.
Maybe. There could be a Jimothy running around.
That is true. Well, we do have lots of sunshine starting off the day in Summerside, sticking around into the afternoon as well. 16 degrees early this morning. We are going to see temperatures warm up, remaining above seasonal for much of our daytime highs, although cooler to start early this morning. As of right now, it is 16 in Halifax, 13 in Moncton, 14 degrees in Labrador City, as well as into St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to heat for parts of Labrador with this heat warning until later this evening. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Although we do have sunshine for the Maritime region, we also see a low chance of some isolated drizzle expected early this morning for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. For Labrador, a chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms moves in later this morning into the afternoon, with periods of drizzle expected throughout the day for parts of Newfoundland. In terms of our wind forecast, remaining light for all three maritime provinces today. 15 kilometers per hour right now in North Cape, 13 in Moncton, as well as into Yarmouth and Lunenburg, 11 into Halifax with no wind gusts to report. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
And we begin in Prince Edward Island, where a temporary staffing shortage is shutting down the ER at the Western Hospital for a fourth time this month. The emergency department in Alberton will be closed today, reopening tomorrow at 8 a.m. The closest backup is about an hour away at the ER at the Prince County Hospital in Summerside. Health P.E.I. says to call 911 for an emergency or 811 for health advice. Now to a horrific story from Nova Scotia's Lunenburg County, where thousands of chickens have died following a break-in. Officers were called to a facility on Nogler Road in Pine Grove Saturday morning. Police say about 10,000 chickens died after the barn was broken into and the ventilation fans turned off. And it may have been deliberate.
As far as we know, there's nothing that was stolen or missing, other than people gaining an illegal entry in the farm and tampering with the system.
Police are asking anyone with information on the break-in to call them or Crime Stoppers. Police in Cape Breton asking for help in piecing together details of a fatal fire over the weekend. A body was discovered at this property in McAdams Lake, a rural area east of Eskasoni. Police initially responded to a missing person complaint at Beachmont Road. That person was last heard from on July 22nd. Police instead found a residence that had been destroyed by fire and located a body on the property. Anyone with information is being urged to contact Cape Breton Police or Crime Stoppers. In New Brunswick, a small business owner in Moncton says she's frustrated with the vandalism, filth, and crime around her shop. Along with neighborhood drug use, she's dealt with the theft of copper wire from her HVAC system, which costs $2,000 to replace. Frustrated, she shared her story on social media and got an immediate response.
What did I do wrong? I don't think I ever deserved this. I'm a hard worker, like I'm working 13 hours a day.
She's telling a story that so many shop owners have, so many business owners in the downtown and surrounding areas.
Vicky Kim Corvo says she's sympathetic to addiction, but notes she's got a story to tell too. Demonstrators with a list of grievances against Nova Scotia's PC government rallied at the Premier's latest stop on his provincial tour.
And you want to move me apart like I'm nobody. Yeah, well, answer the question. Show me the titles of my land.
Thanks for coming out, everyone. I appreciate it.
Premier Tim Houston was in Bridgewater for a stop on his Chamber of Commerce tour. He says the crowd, for the most part, was one that just wanted a discussion, and he welcomes that. Those protesting outside say it's not just one issue they're concerned about.
Definitely the lack of Indigenous consultation, the lack of honoring treaties, taking off the ban on uranium mining and fracking, the cuts to arts and culture.
It would be rare that I didn't stop and hear that and engage. Like I enjoy that, and it's necessary for our democracy. Sometimes you can tell when a crowd doesn't want to engage.
Houston's summer tour continues today with a stop in Pictou County. Hundreds of Nova Scotia power workers will vote on a new offer from the utility later this week. That's according to their union. In a statement, the union says the utility reached out with an enhanced offer Monday after the union issued a 48-hour strike notice. The statement says the offer included a $1,000 signing bonus. Members will vote on it until noon Friday. The union represents about 800 NSP workers. Finally, lovers of Kentucky Fried Chicken have a rare opportunity to purchase a piece of fast food history.
And of course, one of the most interesting items and most popular in the pre-bidding online right now is one of the Colonel's string ties, or as people sometimes refer to them as a bolo tie. And the interesting thing about this is that not a lot of people know he did wear clip-ons.
See, he struggles too. Yeah, this auction house is selling off dozens of items that once belonged to Colonel Sanders. That includes some of the pressure cookers Sanders used to refine his frying technique, along with his iconic bow tie and suspenders. Other items include the butcher block and stove from his kitchen, and a planner believed to contain a list of his secret 11 herbs and spices. That's a big one for the auction house. I think that the tie is cool.
Yeah.
The string tie.
The string tie, though, is actually a clip-on.
That's actually a clip-on.
Who knew?
Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
If you
get in
know,
on that auction.
Now you know.
Yes.
I told you I'm Pepe.
I know. Yeah, I love him.
Also in the stateside, nearly 1,000 swimmers hit the water to raise money for cancer research in New York. This is an annual swim in the Long Island Sound. 14 people completed a 10-kilometer crossing of the Sound. Meanwhile, hundreds of others took part in 2- and 5-kilometer swims. In all, they raised about $3.5 million for cancer research.
Oh, good for them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't that impressive?
Wow.
I don't know if I would want to swim there, but it's impressive.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Think of the big swim around here, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it's swimming weather today. Maybe. Those who are dedicated are going to go.
That's true. Always.
Always. Lativia has the latest look at the Wednesday forecast, plus I'll have your national news headlines. Let's go to one of the beautiful beaches around here in White Point.
Bunnies?
Along Nova Scotia South Shore. Not seeing any bunnies right now, but you know what we are seeing consistently? Some of that fog.
Bunnies, fog, same, right?
Same. Lativia has details on when it will burn off and our daily highs when we return.
Happy Wednesday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7:13. Taking a live look at a cloudy, foggy start to the day in McAdam. As of right now, 15 degrees early this morning. We will see that fog begin to burn off. Cloud coverage clear out, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. As of right now, it is 17 degrees in Yarmouth, 16 starting off your day in Halifax and Charlottetown, 14 degrees in Fredericton, as well as into Labrador City, 19 now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We are still holding on to some heat in parts of Labrador with this heat warning in effect until this evening. Could see daytime highs are reaching 29 degrees. Over to our forecast timeline. So we do have some sunshine early this morning for parts of the Maritime region, but also seeing a bit of cloud coverage and fog early on. We do have a low chance of isolated showers starting off the day for parts of Nova Scotia and into New Brunswick. Now, a chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms moves in for Labrador and into parts of Newfoundland, looking at periods of drizzle throughout your day today. Into the afternoon, a low chance of showers will return for parts of northern New Brunswick. And then into this evening, a chance of some drizzle and or showers will return as well into Newfoundland, parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, also into New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Clearing out, though, for the Maritime region into early Thursday morning before a chance of showers and or rain moves in for parts of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick into Thursday evening. So if you're wondering about precipitation totals from now until Thursday, we're looking at around 2 to 10 millimeters for parts of mainland Nova Scotia into the Tri-County area, and also the heaviest being for Labrador City at 10 to 20 millimeters. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 20 degrees in Grand Manan up to 29 in Moncton. Seeing sunshine today, but we do have a low chance of showers expected into the northern region this afternoon, and light wind out of the south, only 20 kilometers per hour. For Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine as cloud coverage clears out into the afternoon. Daytime highs between 22 degrees in Surrey up to 26. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, some isolated drizzle starting off your day, clearing out, leaving sunshine late this afternoon. And then evening drizzle is expected as well. Daytime highs between 21 degrees in Canso up to 28 degrees today in Truro. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, isolated drizzle starting off your day, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Evening drizzle expected from mainland Nova Scotia with highs between 21 to 28 degrees being the warmest into Middleton. For Labrador City, 22 degrees today, scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected throughout your day, and a bit of wet weather also expected for St. John's, Newfoundland, with a high of 17. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is the Campfire Conditions Report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. And again, with continuing dry conditions in the province of New Brunswick, campfires and Category 1 burning is currently not allowed. For the province of Nova Scotia, campfires are allowed between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. Same thing goes for Category 1 burning. And for Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently permitted, with domestic brush burning, that's your Category 1 burning, allowed between 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. Along with those provincial restrictions, make sure to check in on any municipal restrictions and bylaws.
Thank you, Kaylin. The Canada Border Services Agency says its operations on the Gordie Howe International Bridge are the largest and most tech-savvy of all crossings across the country. CTV's Michelle Molesky takes a look.
This is Detector Dog Unique. One of the many new hires for the Canada Border Services Agency, now manning the Gordie Howe International Bridge.
Trained in the detection of narcotics and firearms. And CBSA uses what we call a passive indication system. So these dogs are trained to sit when they see something or smell something.
Here at secondary inspection, staff are now equipped with plenty of space for all travelers.
We have a very nice waiting area for asylum claimants that might arrive. And then a little bit further down, we have a dedicated bus processing area, which allows us to be extremely efficient and make sure that we can process high volume buses in a dedicated way.
There are also 4 specialized bays in the CBSA garage.
So you can use the different filters. There's a jar with an anomaly inside, so we'd want to take a closer look at that.
Here they can search baggage just like at the airport.
Narcotics, kilograms of cocaine, simulated cocaine.
And their scanners can detect contraband or illegal firearms without opening a single door.
So you can see the outline of a gun.
On the commercial side, the Gordie boasts the most examination bays with 14 in total, and they're doing away with the mobile X-ray technology.
This fixed LSI building allows us to run 24/7 and take a non-intrusive look at any vehicles, identify any anomalies such as suspect narcotics or other things that we might want to interdict, and we can keep truck traffic moving faster by doing that.
Traffic patterns are monitored by operator Bridging North America, which will coordinate with CBSA should any of the lanes need to shift from traveler to trucker or vice versa.
We do have flexibility in the lanes, so we can do up to 19 passenger traffic vehicles or 16 commercial truck traffic vehicles.
Michelle Molesky, CTV News.
Thank you, Michelle. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll get details about a critical study underway in New Brunswick that could be using a breath test in the fight against breast cancer. That's coming up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It is 7:22. A clinical study is about to get underway in Moncton that will investigate the potential of a breath test for early detection of breast cancer in women with dense breast tissue. Vitality Health Network says it is the first Canadian site to participate, and women from all across New Brunswick will be part of the program. The health network is partnering with Breathe Biomedical Inc. on the study, which is being led by our next guest, Dr. Jocelyn Herbert. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
All right, this is super exciting. How does it work? And I guess, how does it compare to mammograms?
So actually, the way it works is the patient breathes into a sampler, which we have here, and we can turn the camera to show it to you. And it accumulates a sample of breath, which will be analyzed in the lab here in Moncton. And then we hope to be able to reproduce a certain pattern which can identify the patients with breast cancer. So currently, patients undergoing a biopsy for a high risk or highly suspicious lesion will be invited to participate. So this study is not for women in general or general screening. Patients with high suspicious lesion will be invited to participate, and they give a breath sample if they do accept, which we send to the lab to have it analyzed, and then we can compare it with the results of the biopsy, which will be done a couple of days after the breath test has been retrieved.
Oh my gosh, that's so fascinating. Okay, well, you said you could do a demonstration for us, so we want to see kind of what it looks like and what that demonstration looks like. So why don't you show us and walk us through that?
Perfect. So the machine is it's not very intimidating. You can turn the camera here. So the patient would be sitting at the machine and will give a breath test or shoot some air in the machine, and it will capture about 10 liters of breath, and then the sampler will gather all this breath and all the what we call the VOCs, or the volatile organic components, the components that all humans have in their breath, will be analyzed. And we again hope to be able to identify a specific pattern for breast cancer. And at the end, if this test could be an add-on to the classic mammogram, it would be a great screening tool. And what the early studies have shown is that this breath test is not impacted by the breast density, which that breast density is a challenge for a mammography. For patients with high breast density, it is a little harder to find breast cancers. We have a higher rate of false negative tests. And also patients with high breast density have a higher risk of breast cancer.
Oh my gosh, it's fascinating, and it's amazing that this is a tool that you have at your disposal. So walk us through the trial for those who are eligible for participation.
So the ones who are eligible are the ones who would have undergone a mammography or any breast exam, radiologic breast exam or an imagery, which would have identify a very high suspicious lesions. These are not for like mediumly high risk, high suspicious lesions. They're very highly suspicious lesions, which we suggest a biopsy. And once that is established, when we call the patients to tell them about their biopsy that has been recommended by the radiology team, then we invite them to participate in the study.
Okay.
And we explain them the study. And it's important the breath has been, the sample is retrieved before the biopsy. So if ever the biopsy has impacted the results of would impact the results of the breath test, and then we don't have that confounding factor.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, we wish you all the best, Dr. Hubert. Thank you so much for joining us for this conversation this morning.
Well, thank you for having us.
All right, Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this quick break.
Still ahead, realtors do more than help with houses. They make sure their clients have a home, which is why they are heavily involved in the community. Today, we're going to learn about their food drive. That's coming up in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, 7:31, 8:01 if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. And thank you for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, halfway through the show. Whew, we're halfway there. Living on a prayer.
I knew it. I knew it. If you're just tuning in, Brienne's our jukebox this morning.
But I have been only saying the words and not singing them.
Not full on singing. We're going to leave it to the professionals.
We're going to leave it to the professionals. We're only allowed 19 seconds per song. So
yeah,
here we are.
Yeah. We've been established there. That is good. Yeah, and we're looking forward to the interview that we have coming up. Realtors helping raise money for food banks.
Yeah, and this is actually an initiative across the country. So it's really exciting. It's going to be all through Nova Scotia coming up. So we're going to talk to realtors in this province, and yeah, it's going to be a good conversation. It's really nice to see how active people are in the community.
Absolutely.
And how many people give back. Like, that's also part of it, right?
Right.
Especially here in Atlantic Canada, you always hear, anytime I'm out doing interviews or anything like that, gathering interviews, everyone's like, well, the community's so wonderful. The community always gives back. The community is always stepping up, and it's just so nice to see, even in tough times.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because the times are so tough for so many people right now.
Yes.
We've been hearing that demand for food banks dramatically up.
increased.
They're seeing new clients all the time. So the fact that you can do what you can to give back, even if you can just volunteer and help, that makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Boy, it'd be nice to buy some property in Bedeque, though.
Can't afford it.
Wow.
I can afford that one piece on the deck.
Right?
You know, just like that one with that one board. I got that one.
You know what? They're going to replace that board anyway, so that's great news.
Great news. Well, there's lots of sunshine starting off your day over in Bedeque. 16 degrees as of right now. Temperatures expected to be above seasonal for much of your daytime highs, but a bit of cooler to start your day for parts of Atlantic Canada, so light layers definitely needed. As of right now, it is 16 as well in Halifax, 16 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 11 degrees in Edmonton with 19 already in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 13 in St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to this heat warning for parts of Labrador until later this evening. Over to our satellite and radar. A bit of sunshine starting off your day for parts of the Maritime region, but we also have some fog early on. Isolated drizzle for parts of Nova Scotia and or New Brunswick, and into Newfoundland to Labrador, going to see a bit of wet weather into your day as well. In terms of our wind forecast, remaining light across all three maritime provinces into the afternoon. As of right now, it is 11 kilometers per hour in Sydney. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Cape Breton Regional Police asking for help in piecing together details of a fatal fire over the weekend. A body was discovered at this property in McAdams Lake, a rural area east of Eskasoni. Police initially responded to a missing person complaint at Beachmont Road. That person was last heard from on July 22nd, just a few days earlier. Police instead found a residence that had been destroyed by fire and located a body on the property. Anyone with information is being urged to contact Cape Breton Regional Police or Crime Stoppers. In Prince Edward Island, a temporary staffing shortage is shutting down the ER at the Western Hospital for a fourth time this month. The emergency department in Alberton will be closed today, reopening tomorrow at 8 a.m. The closest backup is about an hour away at the ER at the Prince County Hospital in Summerside. Health P.E.I. says to call 911 for an emergency or 811 for health advice. New Brunswick's premier is not ruling out using energy as leverage to end U.S. tariffs hurting business in the province. Still, Susan Holt says she would rather do whatever it takes to land a trade deal. CTV's Anna Mandin explains.
1 week after the U.S. announced sweeping 50% tariffs on Canadian goods, New Brunswick Premier Susan Holt says she's ready to do whatever's needed to help Canada make a deal and remove the tariffs.
We're really supportive of whatever efforts Canada needs to take to get to the kind of free and fair trade that we used to have with the United States.
And that includes potentially using the province's energy exports to New England.
We have to be very strategic about how we use the leverage that we have. But I think one of my colleagues around the table used the quote, you need to walk softly and carry a big stick.
The tariffs, which are expected to go into effect next month, are wide-reaching, impacting everything from electronics to alcohol to molasses. But an associate law professor at the University of New Brunswick says threatening energy could be risky.
I think that it's a good idea to walk carefully when you try to redirect as a sort of a way to force the hand of a trading partner.
There's decades and decades of research that show that no one wins when tariffs are slapped on.
Amidst hope, a deal can be found before the next round of tariffs hits Canada's economy on August 19th. Anna Mandin, CTV News, Fredericton.
There's some good news and some bad news when it comes to what we're paying at the grocery store. The good news is paying less for vegetables, dairy, and baked goods. For example, tomatoes are down by 4.7%, onions 5%, romaine lettuce 6.6%, and broccoli nearly 24%. In fact, the latest figures from Dalhousie's Agri-Food Analytics Lab show St. John's and Halifax saw large decreases in food prices this month.
We are surprised to see the produce section being cheaper in the Atlantic. So if there is a region that actually needed a break, it's certainly the Atlantic, because it's been really tough.
However, meat prices are still high. Pork climbed by 24%, salmon 25%, and bacon prices up nearly 29%. Blue-green algae has shut down another maritime beach for the time being. Officials in Halifax say Oakfield Beach in Oakfield Provincial Park is closed for recreational use after the algae turned up in testing. Although naturally occurring, experts say some kinds produce toxins which can be harmful to people and pets. Beachgoers being urged to avoid water contact until test results give the all clear. Finally, ever wondered what the day in the life of a zookeeper looks like? Well, here's a behind-the-scenes look at the Toronto Zoo.
First stop for me today is cheetahs, to check on them and to feed them some breakfast. After breakfast, I like to just spend some time with them before heading out. Amaro is being way too cute this morning. These quiet little moments with the animals are truly some of my favorite parts of the day. I'm off again.
The zoo revealed an inside look into life as a zookeeper, showing staff taking care of everything from early morning animal checks to habitat care and even animal training as well. Later in the video, you get to see some of the food the different animals get. It's a wide variety. Now I'm just calling on the Moncton Zoo to do this.
There are giraffes in Toronto?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, at that zoo? Yes. Yeah.
I've never been to the Toronto Zoo.
Oh, it's really cool.
It's pretty awesome.
It's a great place to go for a walk. Last time I was there, it was really hot. But yeah, if you want to do something a little closer, go to the Moncton Zoo for a day. It's great. Over at Magnetic Hill. Really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I want them to do a video. I want to see what behind the scenes like there.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in the summer because it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's hot for people. It's hot for animals.
Mm-hmm.
And in China, it's hot too. So this is the Harbin Polar Park, and it's preparing special cooling meals for their animals because they include fruit popsicles, chilled vegetables, and fruit sorbets for animals like capybaras, red pandas, and raccoons. Workers at the zoo say the treats are a cool fest for the taste buds.
Nice.
So cute.
They're so cute.
You
know, Jimothy with them.
No, he's a wild one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This look at how fun they're having. How much fun.
Well, listen, every time we stay on the show all the time. We love to see animals.
Yes, we do.
Especially baby animals. Brings a little bit of joy to our day. Hope it does the same for you. That's also the Move Morning Chat. A reminder of the question. We want you to weigh in. Send us a text at 10400. What's a little thing in life that makes you instantly happy? Maybe it's a song,
September
sound,
7th.
Smell. September 7th makes you happy? Why September 7th?
That's usually when football starts.
Oh, because that's when...
Fair. Football season fast approaching.
Sign of the fall. All right, now let's soak in the summer while we can. Latavia has a look at the midweek forecast coming up. Plus, too, realtors are involved in all kinds of community charities and fundraising events throughout the year. And with more than 1 in 4 households in Nova Scotia experiencing food insecurity, they're putting their efforts into a food drive. The interview is next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:44. Beautiful sunshine starting off your day in Antigonish. Currently 16 degrees as you head outdoors. Just keep in mind sun safety when heading out, as we are dealing with sunshine for parts of the Maritime region today. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Temperatures are cool to start. That was fun. Apparently, we're remixing it this morning. All right, so in terms of our current temperatures, temperatures are already beginning to warm up. Above seasonal daytime highs headed our way. As of right now, it is 18 degrees in Yarmouth, 16 in Halifax, as well as into Charlottetown. 14 degrees early this morning in Fredericton, with 19 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 13 early this morning in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a heat warning in place for parts of Labrador until later this evening. Could see some daytime highs reaching 29 degrees. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of sunshine for parts of all 3 maritime provinces to start your day, but we are still seeing a bit of fog and some cloud coverage. Isolated drizzle early this morning for parts of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. That is expected to clear out, leaving sunshine across much of all 3 maritime provinces. And isolated showers will return, though, into the northern region of the province of New Brunswick. And Newfoundland and Labrador dealing with some wet weather as well. So a chance of some scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms for Labrador, periods of drizzle sticking around for parts of Newfoundland. Into tonight, isolated drizzle and or showers will continue for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Clearing out, though, before we head towards early Thursday morning, but we will be seeing some fog patches early on and cloud coverage before a chance of showers returns into the afternoon. If you are wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light for much of the Maritime region, but we are going to see around 5 to 10 millimeters for Lunenburg and Shelburne. And then for Labrador City, could see a 10 to 20 millimeters returning for Labrador City. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will reach 20 degrees in Grand Manan, up to 29 in Moncton. Isolated drizzle early in the morning, clearing, leaving sunshine for the province, although isolated drizzle could return into the afternoon for the northern region. For Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine as cloud coverage clears out into the afternoon. Highs will reach 22 to 26. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs between 21 degrees in Canso, up to 28 in Truro. Some drizzle early on, clearing out, leaving sunshine into the late afternoon, but evening drizzle is expected. For the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same, looking at some patchy drizzle early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Drizzle expected to return from mainland Nova Scotia into the evening, with highs between 21 to 28 degrees today. For Labrador City, looking at scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms throughout your day with a high of 22. 17 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, periods of drizzle throughout your day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Brianne.
Thanks, Latavia. Realtors are involved in charitable work in their communities, but Realtors Care Day is a national effort to unite the good works of realtors, an organized effort for more than 30 years. On August 6th, between 4 and 7 p.m., Realtors Care Day hits Nova Scotia, with realtors hosting food drives across the province at participating grocery stores. Donations will go to the local food banks. So joining us to talk about the important campaign is Dylan Musgrave, realtor and board member of the Nova Scotia Association of Realtors. Thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so what is Realtors Care Day?
So Realtors Care Day is an initiative that was created by realtors. It's a nationwide thing over Canada, and it initially is to give back into your community. So Realtors Care could be a numerous different amount of things, but something we're looking to do nationwide in Nova Scotia is a food drive. So last year we were a little bit all over the place, but we wanted to come together and do a whole food drive over the whole province. So we have numerous different food bank and grocery store collaborations happening pretty much anywhere over the province, wherever you're at. I guarantee you, if you go to your local grocery store, there's probably going to be on August 6th, one of us there.
Yes, we do have that list put on our website as well.
Yeah.
There's Sobeys and Superstore and all of the things.
Numerous, absolutely,
yeah.
yes.
So obviously this is a big undertaking. So who is all involved in it?
So it's NSAR, which is the Nova Scotia Association of Realtors. They're the ones helping us set this up, but really us as realtors, we're helping execute this. So our association is phenomenal. We have so many wicked staff and support there helping us put this on, but us as the realtors, and then food banks as well. So like I said, we're collaborating with local food banks. They're going to be volunteering with us at the stores. We'll have some realtors at the stores, and then support from the staff as well.
Why was it food banks were the choice of Care Day?
I think right now it's probably something that hits heavy most, right? Like if you look around, I think there's a food struggle in a lot of places, not just Nova Scotia, but Canada-wide. And it's something that I think hits home to a lot of people, right? So we wanted to do something that could not just impact a local community, but it's something that, in my opinion, doing food drive, it's not just that it's easy, but it's something that it impacts so much, right? And it goes such a far distance. So we figured a food drive would be one of the things where we could get together, see how much food we could raise, have a little competition between the regions, see who raises the most, and see how much we can get.
Because, you know, I love a little competition.
It makes everything better.
Boost things up, right? All right, so what are some of the items that food banks need for people who want to participate on August 6th?
Absolutely, so non-perishables are a big one, right? And that's really the easiest one to think, right? So if you can think of canned goods, bread, whatever it may be, that's not non-perishable, but whatever really at your local grocery store you think you could get, there's probably a need for it, right? Protein, meat, that's a need as well. So the reality is there really isn't one thing over another. We need everything.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so quickly here, we have about 30 seconds left. We've linked it to our website, but where can people go if they're looking?
So if you look over social media, if you were to Google Nova Scotia Association of Realtors Realtor Care Day, it should be everywhere, whether it's on social media, Google, whatever it may be. Local social medias from realtors themselves. But please, on August 6th in the evening from 4 to 7, if you go and just drive around your local grocery stores, I promise you'll find one of us looking to get donations.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for all you do and for being here to explain
My pleasure.
this.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, well, time now for medical and health news with Amanda Devison.
Thanks, Brianne. Ovarian cancer is one of the deadliest cancers in this country, due in part to its late-stage diagnosis. A drug which has shown to improve patient survival rates was approved by Health Canada last year, but since then, negotiations between our country and the manufacturer have stalled. More details in your health.
While ovarian cancer is very responsive to treatment in the short term, the cancer often comes back. And in the recurrent setting, that's where we start to struggle a little bit more.
Dr. Leslie Roberts is joining a chorus of voices across the country as part of the Share Your Voice campaign. It's being run by Ovarian Cancer Canada and encourages anyone who's been touched by the disease to share their story and to sign a petition asking the government to lock down a deal as soon as possible.
So Share Your Voice is an online campaign. So if you look up Ovarian Cancer Canada or the Share Your Voice campaign, there's lots of ways that you can speak up and advocate.
According to the Canadian Cancer Society, an estimated 3,000 women in Canada will be diagnosed with ovarian cancer this year, and an estimated 1,950 will die from it. Cadbury has recalled one of its products because of undeclared pistachio. The recall involves several of the company's Dairy Milk Oreo chocolate bars. Officials say people have reported allergic reactions after eating the products. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency says anyone who bought the chocolate bars should either throw them in the garbage or return them for a refund. A food safety investigation is underway, and the recalled products are being pulled from store shelves. Finally, a volunteer in the UK has received the first dose of an experimental vaccine in a trial aimed at fighting the fast-moving Ebola outbreak in Congo and Uganda. The early trial will test the safety of the new vaccine and how well it helps the immune system respond. About 50 healthy adults in England will take part. The vaccine was developed by researchers at the University of Oxford. If the trial is successful, more testing will be needed to determine whether the vaccine can be approved for wider use.
Well, we have no milestones to pass along today, but if you're interested in seeing previously aired milestones or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. All right, kids, cover your ears because it's time to think about back to school.
Absolutely. And new data shows when it comes to buying school supplies, parents prefer to shop in person and not online to get what they need. Here's CTV's Camille Wilson.
Thank you. Catherine Morin and her granddaughter, soon-to-be fifth grader Amelia, are getting a head start on back-to-school shopping. They have a list.
Probably like some pens, markers, and some pencils and erasers and stuff. Maybe a pencil case.
And a budget.
How about $40? Because it's our first day shopping. And she's got a dad and an aunt and, you know, and family's big.
New data from the Retail Council of Canada shows when it comes to school supplies, parents prefer in-store shopping, 99% of them.
We know that, according to the survey, parents do research digitally and compare online, but physical stores do remain central because families want to see the products. They need to confirm availability.
I like it in store myself so you can see what's out there.
Yeah.
More variety.
For this kind of shopping, nothing beats being able to touch the product.
Definitely in store. We like to test out our product. In store, you get to try it out, see how it feels, you know, backpacks especially, check out the markers. We like to make sure we're getting the good products.
Back to school shopping is a giant business in Canada worth about $4.5 billion. Parents can pay between $600 and $750 a year, including electronics like a computer. The data shows people using digital flyers and online to check reviews and compare prices.
I'll go online and get like the inspiration, but then I'll probably go in person as well.
Shoppers choosing to wait for promotions, comparing costs and finding deals.
Some things might not be in the budget.
Parents are expecting to pay more this year than last year.
I would like to watch prices. They do not care about prices.
There's school shopping, either the tools for the classroom or clothes and stuff like that too.
So how did Catherine and Amelia do with their $40 budget? Closer to 80.
No.
Cost is twice as much as we're aiming for.
Still, they found what they needed. Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, heating up to 29 degrees in New Brunswick today. Isolated drizzle will clear, leaving sunshine, but we'll see a chance of showers return into the afternoon for the northern region. 26 degrees on Thursday. Isolated showers continue across the province. And then on Friday, 24 degrees, starting off with sunshine, seeing a low chance of showers return into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, 26 degrees today. A bit of shower activity early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, returning into the evening, though. 22 degrees on Thursday. Drizzle and or rain with the risk of thunderstorms across the province. And then on Friday, cooling down to 20 degrees with scattered showers. For Prince Edward Island, 27 today with mainly sunny skies. Looking at a bit of shower activity into the afternoon on Thursday with a high of 25. 21 on Friday. Isolated showers continue across the island.
It's Wednesday, July 29th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, staffing shortages. A P.E.I. emergency room closes for a fourth time this month. Details ahead in your news headlines.
And a fun and free reading club. The folks from Halifax Public Library will stop by to talk all about their summer programs and how you can get involved. That is just ahead.
It's 8:01 on your Wednesday morning. This time of year, a lot of people take summer vacation, do summer road trips. Our family's been doing a few summer road trips, and we've been listening to different podcasts.
Right.
Trying to learn about a variety of different topics. And I have to say, shout out to our control room here. So technically for us, we are supposed to be ready around 10 minutes before the show. They can do a bunch of visual checks, but the big thing that they do is audio checks. And boy, do you ever notice if an audio problem. It impacts TV so quickly, but especially for a podcast and for us exploring podcasts, you can definitely notice a big difference in production value when perhaps those podcasters haven't checked their levels.
Yep.
Because you crank it up because one host is really loud.
No one can hear you.
Oh, and see, no one can hear me? Oh,
now we can.
Oh, see, did ya?
They're playing with
my
you.
mic. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. See, there you go.
Proving your point, though.
But it's true. Like the audio goes.
Yeah.
And you're, what's wrong? What's wrong? But I was listening to a podcast, a few different ones, and it's just one host is really loud and one is really quiet. So you crank it up, and then the loud host speaks, and it's like too loud. What I was trying to say is I appreciate the audio levels.
Yep. Especially for you when they turn you down.
Yeah, that's TW.
Playing tricks on you this morning.
Playing tricks on you.
But proved your point, right?
Yes, exactly. Like literally to a T.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. And if you're a podcaster, I appreciate it if you check your levels. as a listener.
All right, well, we're taking a live look at a very overcast start to the day in Hampton. As of right now, it is 14 degrees as you head outdoors. Temperatures expected to rise, will be above seasonal for much of those daytime highs, but a bit cooler to start your day, and we are dealing with a bit of wet weather as well, something to keep in mind when you are heading out. 14 degrees to start your day in Fredericton, 16 right now in Charlottetown, 17 in Sydney, 18 in Yarmouth, looking at 19 degrees starting off your day in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, 13 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We are still holding on to this heat warning for parts of Labrador until later this evening. Could see some pretty warm daytime highs headed your way. Sunshine for parts of Atlantic Canada to start your day, but for the most part, seeing a bit of wet weather, isolated showers and or drizzle to start your day for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Looking at a chance of showers and a risk of thunderstorms for parts of Labrador, and for Newfoundland, periods of drizzle. Pretty light wind sticking around for the Maritime region, especially into the afternoon. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. And we begin in Prince Edward Island, where a temporary staffing shortage is shutting down the ER at the Western Hospital for a fourth time this month. The emergency department in Alberton will be closed today, reopening tomorrow at 8 a.m. The closest backup is about an hour away at the ER at the Prince County Hospital in Summerside. Health P.E.I. says to call 911 for an emergency or 811 for health advice. And in Nova Scotia, the emergency department at Fisherman's Memorial Hospital in Lunenburg will be closed today, reopening tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Police in Cape Breton asking for help in piecing together details of a fatal fire over the weekend. A body was discovered at this property in McAdams Lake, a rural area east of Eskasoni. Police initially responded to a missing person complaint at Beachmont Road. That person was last heard from on July 22nd. Police instead found a residence that had been destroyed by fire and located a body on the property. Anyone with information is being urged to contact Cape Breton Police or Crime Stoppers. A horrific story from Nova Scotia's Lunenburg County, where thousands of chickens have died following a break-in. Officers were called to a facility on Nogler Road in Pine Grove Saturday morning. Police say about 10,000 chickens died after the barn was broken into and the ventilation fans turned off. And it may have been deliberate.
As far as we know, there's nothing that was stolen or missing, other than people gaining an illegal entry in the farm and tampering with the system.
Police asking anyone with information on the break and enter to call them or Crime Stoppers. In New Brunswick, a small business owner in Moncton says she is frustrated with the vandalism, filth, and crime around her shop. Along with neighborhood drug use, she says she's dealt with the theft of copper wire from her HVAC system, which cost $2,000 to replace. Frustrated, she shared her story on social media and got an immediate response.
What did I do wrong? I don't think I ever deserved this. I'm a hard worker, like I'm working 13 hours a day.
She's telling a story that so many shop owners have, so many business owners in the downtown and surrounding areas.
Vicky Kim Corriveau says she is sympathetic to addiction, but notes she's got a story as well. Maud Lewis's paintings are celebrated around the world, and now a new gallery in her hometown is honoring her work. CTV's Paul Hollingsworth reports from Yarmouth.
When this art gallery first opened in June, the operators made a splash with their first exhibit.
We knew we wanted to start with a big one.
These Maud Lewis paintings are on display until September. It's the second biggest showcase of Lewis's folk art. Many of these paintings represent her early work, using bright colors to capture winter scenes, farm animals, and flowers. There are also many of Lewis's postcards, which she sold door to door for 5 cents each.
They're smaller, they're more detailed, they're more personal.
These paintings depict Lewis's perspective of life in southwestern Nova Scotia in the mid-20th century.
It represents artistically the nature of the community.
The gallery is already a major tourism draw, attracting people from across Canada and around the world.
It's honest. That's what I'm really thinking. Like what you see is what you get.
Lewis, who died in 1970, lived in poverty and with rheumatoid arthritis. She only gained recognition for her art later in life. Today, many of her paintings are worth tens of thousands of dollars.
Every one of her paintings brings joy to everyone. Everybody smiles. They speak to all audiences, young and old.
These 74 pieces of art offer a celebration of the life and legacy of Maud Lewis and her importance to this community. Lewis was born in the Yarmouth area and later moved to a tiny house in Marshalltown, Nova Scotia.
That's why the exhibit is called Maud Comes Home. Maud's Coming Home.
A fitting location to celebrate the world-famous paintings of Maud Lewis. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Yarmouth, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Paul. I mean, already good enough reason to go to Yarmouth, but now you can see that exhibit too.
Yeah, I mean, lots of good reasons to go to Yarmouth. That's where I came into Nova Scotia when I first
you took the cat ferry, right?
Sure did.
Ooh, that's cool. So cool.
Went to Wendy's in Yarmouth, so shout out.
Shout out to the Wendy's in Yarmouth. But that's like a really East Coast welcome to take a ship here.
You gotta take a ship here.
Yeah, I love that.
Is that one called a ship or a boat? What would a ferry be?
A big old ferry. Ferry.
Ferry.
The cat.
Ferry. The cat. What about a pygmy hippo?
A pygmy hippo?
Yeah.
You got a story, don't you?
I do. Mudang's birthday was earlier this month on July 10th. So yes, the pygmy hippo remains one of the world's biggest animal celebrities. Yesterday, of course, we brought you Jimothy, but the zoo in Thailand celebrated the second birthday of the viral sensational pygmy hippo, Mudang, with a large cake made of fruits and vegetables. In her enclosure, she is in the province of East Bangkok, of course, in Thailand. The 2-year-old Mudang appreciated the cake, though, and her mother and her began digging in. She started eating steadily, working her way around the cake and sampling the various toppings, as you do, you know. I ate my ice cream cake the same way, Mudang. So just a great birthday, and of course, she's getting bigger now. She's still a pygmy hippo, so they're still small, but she's almost the same size as her mother. You can't tell the difference.
Turning just into mom, you know?
Yeah, you know, like
Same
mother, like daughter.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That zoo was packed as well.
I know. Yeah, lots of birthdays this month for viral animals. So you'll just have to stay with us later in the show for more of those.
Okay. Also, too, later in the show, a viral moment during a baseball game with an animal. It's hilarious. We'll have that a little bit later. But first, we're going to have another look at your international headlines. Halifax Public Libraries is going to join us. They're talking about their library program that's really encouraging students to continue with their reading this summer.
Students
and the adults.
And the adults.
And there may be some prizes involved. So they're here with a wide selection talking about some of those books. So looking forward to that too. But first, it is a look at the forecast on this Wednesday as we head over to Western Newfoundland. Some beautiful lush green trees there. Latavia has the forecast when we return.
Happy Happy Hump Day, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 8:13. Taking a live look at a sunny start to the day over in Burnt Coat Head. 17 degrees right now. We are going to see above seasonal daytime highs headed away, holding on to sunshine for at least the Maritime region. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 17 degrees to start your day in Halifax. 18 right now in Yarmouth with 15 degrees in Fredericton. Heading outdoors in Charlottetown with 17 degrees. 20 in Happy Valley Goose Bay. 13 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to this heat warning for parts of Labrador until this evening. We are expecting daytime highs that could reach 29 degrees. Over to our forecast timeline. Starting to see fog burn off for the Maritime region, and we had a bit of isolated shower activity for parts of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Already beginning to clear out, though, if you did see precipitation. Early on, we do have scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected for parts of Labrador and then into parts of Newfoundland. We are dealing with periods of drizzle. That will be sticking around into the afternoon for both Newfoundland and Labrador. A low chance of showers will return for parts of northern New Brunswick. Other than that, though, into the evening, periods of drizzle and or showers will continue. Quite low and spotty in its activity, though, for the Maritime region before clearing out into early Thursday morning, as we will be seeing precipitation return yet again Thursday afternoon and evening. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light for much of the Maritime region. Could see around 5 to 10 millimeters, though, for Shelburne and Lunenburg, and the heaviest being into Labrador City at 10 to 20 millimeters. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will heat up between 20 to 29 degrees, being the warmest into Moncton. A mix of sun and cloud as isolated showers clear out, but we do have isolated showers expected to return into the afternoon for the northern region of the province. Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine in the forecast today as cloud coverage clears out into the afternoon. Highs will range from 23 to 26. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, periods of drizzle early on, clearing out, leaving sunshine into the afternoon, returning, though, into the evening with highs between 21 degrees in Canso up to 28 in Truro. For the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same, a very low chance of some shower activity early in the morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, returning, though, into the evening for mainland Nova Scotia with highs ranging from 21 to 27. For Labrador City, scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms throughout the day today with a high of 22, 17 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Periods of drizzle expected throughout your day. That's a look at your weather forecast. We're going to throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thanks, Latavia. And we go to the West Coast now, where the wildfire that forced the evacuation of a community north of Vancouver is expected to continue to grow. The blaze remains active, and as CTV's Martin McMahon reports, severe thunderstorms in the forecast aren't helping.
This fire complex has forced hundreds of people from their homes in communities including the village of Clinton and 70 Mile House. And now the Pear Lake fire, which has merged with the 59 Creek fire, could expand even further.
With this weather outlook for these next couple of days, we're really expecting extreme fire behavior expected today, and significant growth on these incidents is definitely possible.
The Wildfire Service says the area has been heavily affected by drought. Then there are other issues, including downed power lines along Highway 97.
We are focusing on safety of our people, as well as our partners like BC Hydro, who may be out working. So that's our number one priority with this extreme fire behavior. Our people and their safety are number one. Our structure and protection people are also out, of course, prioritizing work where there is active fire in and around structures.
Meanwhile, Environment and Climate Change Canada has issued a yellow alert for thunderstorms in parts of the Cariboo. There are also air quality concerns in many parts of the province.
If you're downwind from those fires, that smoke will start drifting into your areas as well. So it also sort of depends on the time of day. Often it gets worse at night.
The Premier says people in Clinton and the surrounding area are learning about damage or in some cases destruction of their homes or properties.
I understand a number of people in Clinton may be hearing that they've lost homes or other structures, businesses in the region today. First of all, I just want to say I know all British Columbians are thinking of those folks right now, and knowing with the wildfire seasons we've had, that this threat is present in every corner of the province. And
still, this dashcam video from a driver transporting wildfire equipment in Clinton shows as of Tuesday morning, many buildings remain intact, with crews doing all they can to protect Clinton as conditions worsen. Martin McMahon, CTV News.
That is a last look at your international and national news headlines. A quick break here. When we return, we'll get the details on Halifax Public Library. Library's summer reading program for the kids and adults. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. Time is 8:22, and summer is the perfect time to dive into a new book, and an ongoing program is inviting kids of all ages to develop a love of reading through free challenges, activities, and special events. So Erin Morris is here from the Halifax Public Libraries to tell us all about the TD Summer Reading Club. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning.
All right, kick us off. What do we got?
All right, so the Summer Reading Club is a national free reading program that's offered by public libraries across Canada, including Halifax Public Libraries. And it is an opportunity for kids to continue reading throughout the summer months. So it encourages them to keep up on their literacy skills and sort of not lose that momentum that they've built up through the school year, as well as it really encourages kids to either discover or remember the joy of reading.
Absolutely. I used to love going to the library in the summer and picking up the books and being able to return them. What are the benefits of reading during the summer for these kids?
So two main benefits, I would say, are keeping up on the literacy skills. So kids work so hard during the school year to either learn how to read or sort of strengthen those literacy skills. And so reading through the summer helps ensure that when they return back to school, they've kept that momentum going and they're starting off sort of where they left off. But the big benefit is also that joy of reading. So taking them to the library, letting them browse the books, choose what they want, rediscover that joy in finding a book.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially as you grow up and you're trying to find new books and discover those moments. Because I remember I used to love the Mary-Kate and Ashley detective series books when I was younger. And then I graduated to Gossip Girl and then all of the things. So how can kids register and how do they collect points? Because there are prizes involved.
There are prizes, that's right. So you can register at any of the Halifax Public Library branches in person, or you could go to our website at halifaxpubliclibraries.ca. It's for ages 3+, really aimed at those school-age kids. And then, so once they register, they choose a goal of how many points they want to earn. And you can earn points through reading, but through other literacy skills as well. So writing a story, telling jokes, attending library programs, learning something new. So they choose a goal, and when they get halfway through their goal, they come back to the library, check in with library staff, have a conversation about what they've been enjoying, and they pick up one of these little mochis, squishy mochis, as their first incentive prize. And then once they reach their goal, they return back to the library and they pick up a second incentive prize. And if they reach their goal by September 13th, then they get entered in a draw to possibly win a grand prize. And so we have a few here just to show. So we have Switch 2, there's Lego set, there's art kits.
Well, you're giving me incentive to start reading again. Obviously, there's so many programs that the library is putting on, especially throughout the summer. We have a list of that on our website as well. But it's not just kids. It's not just for kids, right?
It's not just for kids. So we also offer Summer Book Bingo, it's called, and that's really for teens and adults. And again, you can pop into any of your local Halifax Public Libraries, pick up your bingo card. It's filled with 20 different challenges. So it might be read a book with a main character who's an animal, or check out a cookbook, or read a poem. And so adults and teens can also get prizes. So if they fill in 5 squares, they come to the library and pick up their prize, a sticker or some stickers. And then again, if they fill out the full 20 squares, then they can be entered to win a prize, and it's a bread maker, library swag bag filled with lots of goodies, as well as the possibility to win what's called a book nook. So those are the little puzzles that sit on your shelves. Yeah, so you should join the summer book bingo.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go do that actually right now. We have linked the website on our website. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Erin. We'll check to see if it's reading weather. Latavia?
Absolutely, Brianne. Taking a look in New Brunswick, heating up to 29 degrees today. Mix of sun and cloud. We do have isolated showers for the northern region this afternoon. 26 on Thursday. Isolated showers expected to continue across the province. And then on Friday, cooling down to 24. We will be seeing sunshine, but also seeing a return of a chance of showers. For Nova Scotia, 26 degrees today. Isolated showers expected to clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Periods of drizzle and or rain for Thursday, cooling down to 22, cooling down to end off the work week. 20 degrees on Friday with scattered showers. For Prince Edward Island, 27 degrees today, sunny skies across the island today. On Thursday, mainly cloudy start to your day with isolated showers into the afternoon. 21 on Friday with isolated showers expected across the island yet again.
Coming up this half hour, how to navigate flight uncertainty. Travel and loyalty expert Barry Choi will be here to show us how. That advice coming up in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Hump Day, 8:30 a.m. Half hour left of the show.
There you go.
Yeah,
having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card.
That is true.
That's also a song, but I didn't sing it.
It is. And that song is from what show?
Arthur.
Hey, Arthur. Yeah, that was a great show.
It's how I learned how to spell aardvark.
Arthur the Aardvark?
A-A-R-D-V-A-R-K.
Yeah, it is a tricky one. I can't even tell you if that was correct or not.
It is. It's in the song.
It's in the song. Yeah, Halifax Public Library, so much to do. There's such great community hubs.
Well, and it's nice because it's obviously there's so much to do for kids during the summer, for young teens. But there's also stuff for adults. There's always stuff for adults, you know? Yeah. So, love it. Definitely something to check out, especially on rainy days.
Oh, yeah. Great. Even on sunny days, if you need a break from the heat.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Yes. You're a thinker.
Well, my brain's working apparently.
Not just a pretty face.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a look at Peggy's Cove. You can see lots of people out there early this morning. It's a bit of a foggy start to the day. Fog will burn off, though. We will be seeing sunshine return over there, and temperatures slowly beginning to rise. As of right now, it is 16 degrees in your area. So in terms of our current temperatures, we are going to see cool to start, temperatures rising as of right now, 17 degrees in Halifax as well as into Charlottetown, 15 this morning in Fredericton as well as into Labrador City, 13 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to a heat warning for parts of Labrador this morning until this evening. Over to our satellite and radar, we do have a bit of precipitation in the forecast as well. A chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms for parts of Labrador later this morning into the afternoon. Periods of drizzle for parts of Newfoundland, and then for the Maritime region into the afternoon, we do have a low chance of showers returning for northern New Brunswick. Pretty light wind for all three maritime provinces today. As of right now, 15 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 11 into Yarmouth with no wind gusts to report. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
And we begin in Prince Edward Island, where a temporary staffing shortage is shutting down the ER at the Western Hospital for a fourth time this month. The emergency department in Alberton will be closed today, reopening tomorrow at 8 a.m. The closest backup is about an hour away at the ER at the Prince County Hospital in Summerside. Health P.E.I. says to call 911 for an emergency or 811 for health advice. And in Nova Scotia, the emergency department at Fisherman's Memorial Hospital in Lunenburg will be closed today, reopening tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Police in Cape Breton asking for help in piecing together details of a fatal fire over the weekend. A body was discovered at this property in McAdams Lake, a rural area east of Eskasoni. Police initially responded to a missing person complaint at Beachmont Road. That person was last heard from on July 22nd. Police instead found a residence that had been destroyed by fire and located a body on the property. Anyone with information is urged to contact Cape Breton Police or Crime Stoppers. A small business owner in Moncton says she's frustrated with the vandalism, filth, and crime around her shop. Along with neighborhood drug use, she's dealt with the theft of copper wire from her HVAC system, which cost $2,000 to replace. Frustrated, she shared her story on social media and got an immediate response.
What did I do wrong? I don't think I ever deserved this. I'm a hard worker, like I'm working 13 hours a day.
She's telling a story that so many shop owners have, so many business owners in the downtown and surrounding areas.
Vicky Kim Corvo says she is sympathetic to addiction, but says she's got a story to tell as well. Demonstrators with a list of grievances against Nova Scotia's PC government rallied at the Premier's latest stop on his provincial tour.
And you want to move me apart, like I'm
go back
nobody.
inside.
Yeah, well, answer the question. Show me the titles of my land.
Thanks for coming out, everyone. I appreciate
Show
it.
me
Premier Tim Houston was in Bridgewater for a stop on his Chamber of Commerce tour. He says the crowd, for the most part, was one that just wanted a discussion, and he welcomes that. Those protesting outside say it's not just one issue they're concerned about.
Definitely the lack of Indigenous consultation, the lack of honoring treaties, taking off the ban on uranium mining and fracking, the cuts to arts and culture.
It would be rare that I didn't stop and hear that and engage. Like I enjoy that, and it's necessary for our democracy. Sometimes you can tell when a crowd doesn't want to engage.
Houston's summer tour continues today with a stop in Pictou County. Hundreds of Nova Scotia power workers will vote on a new offer from the utility later this week. That's according to their union. In a statement, the union says the utility reached out with an enhanced offer Monday after the union issued a 48-hour strike notice. The statement says the offer included a $1,000 signing bonus. Members will vote on it until noon Friday. The union represents about 800 NSP workers. Blue-green algae has shut down another maritime beach for the time being. Officials in Halifax say Oakfield Beach in Oakfield Provincial Park is closed for recreational use after the algae turned up in testing. Although naturally occurring, experts say some kinds produce toxins which can be harmful to people and pets. Beachgoers are being urged to avoid water contact until test results give the all clear. Finally, you'll want to look at this next story. It's pretty funny. A pesky trespasser invaded the Detroit Tigers field the other night, and the play-by-play announcer called all the action.
The chase for the squirrel is on, and the squirrel is in the corner, and the squirrel is still eluding an entire horde of grounds crew members. And the squirrel's free once again. Hemmed in? No, I won't be hemmed in. And hops through the towel. And hops through another towel. The force field is activated. Towels can't stop him, or maybe they can.
Now that is some good skills.
How many grounds crew members does it take to catch a squirrel? What was that, 2 dozen?
The play-by-play guy had it, though. Like, had that play-by-play like nobody's business.
Yeah, once the squirrel was wrangled, too, the Tigers say it was released unharmed outside of the stadium, but this is just, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It is so funny.
My favorite is that the crowd was booing because they wanted the squirrel to stay on the field.
Boo, don't remove him.
Don't remove the squirrel.
What?
He wanted to play baseball. It's America's favorite pastime.
Well, yeah, I guess he wanted to participate in the action. You know, some people say baseball games can be boring. That certainly was not.
Certainly was not at all. Animals are always giving us lots of action, reasons to smile, which is actually our Move Morning Chat for today. What's a reason that makes you smile, or something that makes you smile?
Yeah, a little thing that makes you smile. Makes you happy.
So yesterday we brought Natalie Jimothy because that makes her smile. She is our producer this week. But before Jimothy, the year had seen other viral animals. And do you remember Punch the Monkey?
Yes, how could you forget?
Poor baby Punch. Well, he marked a big milestone this past weekend. he celebrated his birthday, his first birthday. So, of course, he became a viral sensation this year when videos posted online chronicled his struggles as an infant. His mother had abandoned him, and other monkeys also rejected him. Zookeepers,
He sensed he was lonely.
Yeah, sorry, I was joking on my own.
That's okay.
Spit there. But yes, zookeepers sensed Punch was lonely and gave him a stuffed animal to comfort him. And then they carried the stuffed animal with him everywhere he went, jumping on zookeepers. But yeah, he's now been embraced by other monkeys, and he's adapted well. So zoo officials say they've received thousands of birthday cards from around the world to mark his birthday, his first birthday.
I didn't even know Punch could read. That's amazing.
Punch is actually incredible, you know?
He's very elevated.
Yeah, definitely. He learned it from the stuffed animal that he carried around.
Oh, gosh, that's cute.
He could probably read better than me. Today it's a struggle. This week has been a struggle, in fact.
Early mornings.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to talk about the community calendar. Some events taking place in our region. The Folk Song Festival returns to Moncton. This will be from July 30th until August 3rd. You can come out and enjoy performances from singers and fiddlers featuring authentic, traditional, and contemporary folk music. To learn more, head over to their website. And a free pancake and sausage breakfast will be hosted later this week in Summerside. You can head over to the Parkview Senior Citizens Club Friday, July 31st for 9 a.m. To learn more, head over to their Facebook page. And a dockside concert will be held at the St. Peter's Marina. Notes on the Water features a French pianist. We actually had her on the show. She will be performing from her sailboat. The event takes place July 31st from 5 to 8:30 p.m. There will also be a 50-50, a food truck on site, and you can bring a lawn chair and enjoy the scenic views and wonderful performance. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We would love to share it. Your Morning Atlantic at CTV.ca. I was going to say we'd love to perform it.
Oh. Well, sometimes we would, right?
Yeah.
Notes on the Water. If you missed it, go to our website to see that report that Mike Lamb did, because her work is stunning, beautiful. Playing piano on a boat. Hello.
Sign me up.
All right, we're going to have another look at the forecast on the other side of this break if you missed it. And also, too, we're going to get tips on how to navigate flight prices, especially when there's uncertainty. We know there's a lot of that right now. Barry Choi will join us in just a few moments for the last 20 minutes of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:44. A bit of a cloudy and foggy start to the day over in Charlottetown. As of right now, 17 degrees. We will be seeing that fog burn off a little bit later on. Cloud coverage will clear out, leaving some sunshine in your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 16 to start your day in Sydney, 17 right now in Halifax, with 15 in Fredericton, as well as into Labrador City. 20 degrees right now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 13 starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have this heat warning in place for parts of Labrador until later this evening. Could see daytime highs reaching 29. So here's a look at our forecast timeline. We do have some sunshine starting off the day for parts of all three maritime provinces, but also seeing a bit of cloud coverage, a low chance of isolated showers to start your day for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Now, Newfoundland and Labrador are going to see some sunny breaks as well as precipitation moving in. So a chance of scattered showers with the risk of thunderstorms expected for parts of Labrador, and then into Newfoundland looking at periods of drizzle early on, continuing into the afternoon. A low chance of showers will continue into this evening for parts of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, clearing out though into early Thursday morning, as we will be seeing mainly cloudy skies for the most part and seeing that chance of showers return into the afternoon. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to see around 5 to 10 millimeters for parts of Nova Scotia. Heaviest though for Labrador into Labrador City at 10 to 20 millimeters. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, we are going to see daytime highs ranging from 20 degrees in Grand Manan up to 29 in Moncton. Sunshine today as a low chance of isolated showers clears out, but we will be seeing a chance of showers return into the afternoon for the northern region of the province. Prince Edward Island, clouds will clear, leaving lots of sunshine into this afternoon. Daytime highs between 23 degrees in Surrey up to 26. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, a very low chance of some drizzle early in the morning, clearing out, leaving sunshine into the late afternoon. Evening drizzle expected to return, though, with highs between 21 in Canso up to 28 in Truro. For the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. We are going to see sunshine into the afternoon as isolated showers clear out. Into the evening, though, for mainland Nova Scotia, expecting a very low chance of drizzle returning and highs between 21 to 27. For Labrador City, some scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms with a high of 22. And for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a high of 17 with periods of drizzle throughout the day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. Increased fuel costs and fluctuating pricing continue to remain top of mind for travelers. To share ways to navigate through flight uncertainty, our partner and travel contributor, Barry Choi, joins us this morning. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning. Good to be back.
Always good to have you. Of course, you travel. For anyone who hasn't traveled recently, though, what's the situation right now?
You know, it's actually pretty good. For those who haven't traveled in a bit, I think they'd be most surprised that most airports, the security lines are pretty quick. Many of them have upgraded, so you're not seeing those long lines anymore. Of course, still show up to airport early. Don't show up last second. You don't want to miss your flight. The next thing I would say is a lot of airlines have changed their destinations for the summer season. They've also added more aircrafts. So there's so many new places we can travel to these days, which is absolutely fascinating. And finally, I would say travel insurance is top of mind. We've seen forest fires in the news recently, potential airline strikes. Travelers want to make sure they're covered in case there's any delays for whatever reason. So that's why getting a travel insurance policy is so important these days.
All excellent points for people who are either traveling or just traveling again. We also know that some airlines have also cut routes altogether, but Porter's expanded, including right here in Halifax. What sets them apart?
You know, that's a great point because I love Porter. You know, a lot of people know them as a small regional airline, but they've expanded to a national carrier flying to 40 plus destinations in North America, the US, obviously, the Caribbean, and even Central America. But for those in the Atlantic, they may not realize that St. John's, Halifax, Charlottetown, Moncton, they all fly to Montreal's new Met terminal, which Porter has basically made this base, so you can actually connect and get almost anywhere across Canada. But what really sets Porter apart, I would say, is their onboard service. The staff genuinely care. There's no middle seat, aisles and windows only, fast free Wi-Fi on their jets, and free alcohol served in real glassware. And if you're using points, what's great about it is that they've got a partnership with Alaska Airlines and Air Transat, so you can actually go much further these days.
I love Porter. I've been a huge Porter fan from day one, especially flying into Toronto, so that you get to fly into the city center as opposed to flying all the way out to Pearson, right?
Yeah.
But you talked a little bit about the points program. Having an airline credit card can give you extra benefits, correct?
That's right, but it really depends on the credit card. For example, we were just talking about Porter. Well, with the BMO VI Porter World Elite MasterCard, you actually get an instant Porter Venture membership. It's like a status perk, so you're getting some great benefits such as priority check-in, priority boarding, free seat selection, and your free first checked bag and free carry-on bag. And who doesn't like that, right? And what's great about these benefits is it applies to all passengers on the same itinerary, even if you're booking the basic fare. So who doesn't like those perks? And on top of that, as a cardholder, you can earn a companion pass, which gives your traveling companion 100% off the base fare, which is obviously a huge savings. And when you're using the credit card on all your everyday purchases, you're earning points. But when you're making purchases on Porter flights, hotels, groceries, gas, and even dining, you're earning extra points.
Yeah, and those extra points are great. We only have about 15 seconds here, but me personally, I use those points to get free flights.
Yeah, and with Porter, it only takes as low as 5,000 points for a free flight, so it's great, a great benefit.
Right? No, 100%. I've used it so many times. Thank you so much, Barry Choi, our contributor and travel partner.
No problem.
Awesome. We're going to take a quick break, and CTV Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this.
The number one in Halifax, Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex, and home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station, 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, we're about to wrap up the show. Just a few minutes left, but we wanted to bring you the text messages. Thank you to everyone who took a moment to send us a text. We're talking about like little things in life that really instantly make you happy, and you're going to notice that there's a theme.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with an animal theme.
An animal and little ones. Little loved ones that we love in our life. the children type, the people type.
The people type. The baby puppies, or the human puppies.
The human puppies, yeah, exactly. Winifred says, I love seeing families out and about with their children. Makes me happy and wishing I could turn back time to those early days.
Aww.
Oh, especially around the parks around here. That's so true. Mary Lynn says, my puppies, Ajax, Hector, and Solo are the 3 little things that make me happy. But they're not that little. You want to see a picture?
Yes.
Oh, look at those cuties. It says brothers.
What a dream.
Isn't that sweet?
Oh, we love that.
I love it. We'll keep the theme going with the animals. How about that? So our next viewer says, Wendy. Wendy says, my dog Maggie makes me smile many times throughout the day, but my granddaughters are at the very top of my list. When they first see me arrive, they come running with arms open saying, Nana, 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 and the big squeeze hug at the end. Then there are smiles from all of us.
Yeah, there's nothing like that moment.
That initial greeting is so sweet. Ooh, hope you're getting some hugs today, Wendy.
Yes, absolutely.
Next up, Candace. All the puppies, even during a race, I will stop to pet dogs or say hi.
Agreed, Candace.
Yes. Sometimes the extra, just a little oomph you need, right?
Absolutely.
Keep it going.
Or catch your breath.
Exactly.
In my case.
I need to stop for a second.
She just had this dog. Can I pet that dog?
Yeah. Cindy from New Mina says, this is so nice. I love waking up and hearing the cardinals chirping. Gets me up and out of bed and ready to start the day. Their sound is beautiful and it puts a smile on my face.
I love that.
That is a beautiful wake-up call.
Yeah.
LJ being greeted by my dog Peanut every time I come home. Pure joy. You want to see what Peanut looks like?
Yes.
Yep.
Little cutie, patootie. Here is Peanut bringing us some joy.
Oh, little chihuahua.
Yes, Peanut.
So sweet.
You're also putting a smile on my face.
Sharon says, what makes me smile? When my Bernedoodle buddy leaps halfway onto my lap and just stays there. Note, what also makes me smile? When he decides to get off.
Yeah, heavy.
Those are big dogs.
Those are big dogs.
Very big. And that's a cutie patootie there.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, that's a happy dog.
That's a happy dog.
This is making us happy.
Yes.
So that is a look at the viewer text. But we have a fun little factoid for you ladies. Did you know the dangers about putting cooked eggs in the microwave?
I learned about this yesterday.
Same, because it's not a thing they teach you in Ontario.
No, it's
right?
not a thing.
I don't know.
What are they teaching these kids in Ontario? Because you know if you microwave an egg, it could explode and get on your face. This is our own Brianne Foley yesterday with literal egg on her face after microwaving her egg a little too long, and then it went poof.
No, that's not what happened. It didn't microwave too long. The first egg was perfectly fine, and I cut into it like a normal human being would, and it was perfectly fine. And then I went to cut my second egg, and it literally was like, and I had no idea that that could ever even happen. And Donna screamed. And egg got everywhere, including on my forehead and in my hair.
Yeah.
So
we learned.
Yeah.
And that's
Donna. That's Donna.
She's
whatever. There's no more egg on my face right now.
Well, we hope you have a great breakfast. Be careful with your eggs. Have a great Wednesday.
Don't put them in the microwave for too long if they're hard boiled.